because come on, like you just clean up good. We don't need to go any further than that. Oh my God. Whew. All right. All right, all right, all right. Okay, now, ladies. Yeah. Fall girlies. I want to see y'all on y'all baddest behavior. Lend me some sugar. I am your neighbor. But no, you really have to show up for you. That's definitely what it is. So fall, autumn, excuse me. I had another thing where I talked about how it was very important for me to be in this season because fall is one right before my birthday season. So with that like fourth quarter energy, like you ever see Michael Jordan in the fourth? Michael Jordan in the fourth quarter gets busy. Michael Jordan in the third quarter, off of that halftime, you would have thought back there because the way he came press, full court fucking press. Sometimes they need the press. Just let you know, because they will try to stress you. And I'm talking late 80s, early 90s basketball court. They was turned up. Dennis Rodman was wild, okay? I want you to think about this fall season, this autumn season of heavy rebound energy. I want you to get into your most comfortable Dennis Rodman bag. And I'm not talking about, if that means the colored hair, all the piercings, the Carmen Electras, the just the fun Vegas nights. If that's your vibe, I love that. What I'm more referencing is I want you to get into your Dennis Rodman bag like 18 rebounds a game. Offensive, defensive, every time the Kobe and you shoots, it says the pass was you getting my rebound. I want you to be there. I want you to anticipate what it is and where Spirit will be dropping it down, because this quarter is crucial. This quarter is not you falling back. This quarter is for you to take that back door. Look at me, my basketball references. Take that back door and hit that cut. This Spirit wants to hit you with this no-look pass. Dunk that shit. You hear me? Dunk that shit. Be in full motion. Be in the way to the basket. When you lift up, you lift off on the side. You lean into that shit. You lean into that shit. Because you got to. How you gonna be like, oh yeah, Spirit, I'm ready? Like, big body bends this. Please and thank you. And if you are not big body bends in the physical, be big body bends in the spirit. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody play with you. Don't let nobody nickel and dime you. Don't let nobody. This is a message for everybody, specifically coming from Grinch T. Don't let nobody little you. Don't let nobody be like, oh, you're little. Oh, you're a little thing. I used to do that, and like a little B just joined. Don't let nobody little you. Always big B. And B, excuse me, let me run that back. Big B, and the B stands for bands. You have to be on this billion bean energy, okay? Billion bean energy. That'll only be 250 mil, so we can be in the clouds. I'm gonna pull for honestly, we're gonna pull first what pops out, because then we'll know that our decks are clear, and then we are going to get into the other things that come up for. And then I also have a chakra theme for each of the elements that's going to be, and then I might bust that out and do not quite chakra, but chakras for each of the elements. Then you have the meaning and the message for the whole element for the equinox, but then you also have the individual, and I feel like this is giving rising sign. So focus this on your rising sign. This reading that I'm about to provide, focus this on your rising sign. So this is not going to be your sun sign. This is going to be how you show up, and this is crucial because You falling back. Like, what is it that if they really knew you, how are you really showing up? And that's the message that we need. We're gonna let this just yum, eat them up. Yum, eat them up. It's fucking veggies. It's fucking veggies. Yes. So fall equinox, autumn equinox. We are the opposite of the summer solstice. We are on the opposite side. So we are now starting into the longest daylight we're gonna return to. That's what this equinox is, and that's where this energy is calling for you to, one, rest when it comes to the performance. Rest when it comes to the performance. There is a realness to harvest. There is a realness to reflection. There is a realness to, why are you here? I was like, no, I'm sorry. There is a realness to who and exactly what you are. We are going to lastly just get our wheel chakra reading to start us off. There we go. Big heart. But heart stands for heart. So we have, first and foremost, as a collective, which I feel like I have been nonstop talking about, so this is good to know. This is bigger than just my personal assignment, but I too am tuned in, right? This season, this autumn season is not one to, these are bright green. So I say that because this bright green invites a freshness, invites the solar plexus is lighting that on fire. It's giving warmth to the depths of your heart. So this simmer that is starting here is rolling in like this rolling boil through your body. And I think it's so important because there is a journey, and I have been looking, and I just love the depiction of what this card is showing me. So I have been looking for the specific word in the Native American practices where the young boys around puberty time will go on this voyage, on this trek of self-exploration. And the overall meaning, the overall intention of this is to, everyone has their own question. So let me not even get into the specifics on what that journey is, because that journey means something different for everyone. But what it is in the why of this journey, which is the why card came up, is it has a book, and it has a book with wings. So it's like this, first of all, it came from the clouds, and then the wings of like the beautiful eye. But this opportunity, and so funny that the two heart chakra themes that came up was forgiveness and compassion. The way that these two themes must first be exercised for self always, and then gets performed and shared and poured into everyone around you, you attract what you are. If you forgive yourself, if you have compassion for yourself, if you give yourself grace, I am actively participating. Like, we're not getting to the point of needing forgiveness, at least with self. There's a level of awareness that is always tuned in, that needs to run game. Like, your inner knowing, your inner path, and how you stay in your lane and you do it well, that needs to be exercised. You need to truly go through the journey of finding who it is after that. That moment so long can hold you like hostage, that you do nothing. You do nothing with that hostage situation. You allow yourself to get like played into being stagnant and never moving. Heart chakra is about motion. Heart chakra is about motion because heart chakra and motion And flow makes sense because the heart chakra is associated with air elements. It's giving Avatar The Last Airbender. Don't let the last heartstring be what finally gets it. What you have to be frozen, someone else has to be what causes your thaw out. Come on. You know you got it within you. Don't let this oncoming darkness not be of an opportunity of rest, an opportunity of peace. I think there is a piece that is not often tuned into that comes, that I think people get on the opposite end of that spectrum in the holiday season, in the fall season, and they really fall and they don't autumn, they don't bloom, they don't harvest, they don't continue to be like, even though the weather is getting shifty, some of this harvest is not quite ready yet. And when you breathe, thank you so much, when you realize that not every fall, and I say this because I want you to tap into, the exploration of self, there's always a level of youthfulness that you must bring and have and honor and hone in for you, because when you have, just imagine, I don't know if you have any young people, any babies, any just new life. That's grace from the gods, right? If you have any of that in your life, imagine what life would be if you didn't participate in the enthusiasm of the try again. If you didn't participate in the enthusiasm of it's okay, I'm here to support you. You can get up and stand up, even though it's scary. Keep going, keep walking. I'm here to get you. Why do you not think your ancestors aren't there? Don't let that fall be just that. Please, the drama when you are falling in a mat space. Spirit really got you, but there is this level of surrender that you cannot. It's like floating. You cannot float if you are being weighed down with such heaviness. And I invite you to just let that heaviness go. Heavy on the Moses energy. Let that shit go. It's really only it's just not gonna do you well. And I just want you to be doing well. So, that message is for everyone. That is just a major killer theme that needs to be touched on and spoken on and reminded that, don't fall out and then be like, well, I tried and I failed once. Please, 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 please. Even for me to get here, you have no idea how much storage is in my phone of videos that I was too nervous to be on the proactive side and really listening to spirit, and then sitting and seeing all these posts. I knew that, and no, you weren't ready to show up, and that's okay, because people get offended when you say that. I wasn't ready. I really wasn't ready, and that's okay too. But are you forever not going to be ready? I'd be late. I'm divinely timed. But let me not say late. I'd be divinely timed. But to say I wasn't ready, no. And I invite you to take that same energies. No. It's a no for you, dog. You must always go the hardest for you. You have to. We have no choice. And when we do go hard for ourselves, you attract what you are. Baby, they gotta match your shit. And this goes I thought I was getting into the elements, and I still got something to say. This heart space, this message is for everybody that be crying out, I want love. Baby, if you don't get you a toy, for one, to let the low frequency, low vibration, sacral chakra shit be gone. Because in reality, if you were to think about it, and I want to say, as I'm talking about chakras, please allow your connections to hit every single chakra room in the tower, baby, because it's really not cute. It's not mindful. It's not demure when you only connect, the elevator only goes up to floor 2. and there's the 7th floor and beyond, and the elevator only goes up to floor 2, and that's what you're faint over, please. I hope you get the ultimate of lunch munches, and I love that for you, but please, come on. That's just so low frequency. That's so like, oh, I'm on the top floor. The presidential suites. The, you couldn't find me there. You couldn't force me to give a fuck to be there in those situations where it's like, I know the party's done. I've been done at this party and I gotta wait for somebody else on the ride. I'm gonna take the stairs. I'm gonna Uber it home on a spiritual level, and I will not be going back out with you. It's okay. We will not be dib-dibbling when it comes to what it is that you deserve. You deserve the best. You don't deserve scraps. You don't. And you have to be mindful of that, because when you share with others, please share with clarity. Please share with conviction, and please know, bitch, just stop sharing. You ain't supposed to share that shit with everybody. It's supposed to be real special. And those that know it's real special, gonna treat it real special. So with that being said, why? Because you attract what you are. Stay in the closet of the Louisville if you want to. The WandaVision is eventually gonna crack. The vortex is gonna start having things flow through it and be like, man, and you're gonna start glitching. So I suggest you forgive yourself, you have some compassion. You show up and you show out. Next. So, autumn season, 3rd season. I'm so upset because I gotta take a shit. And I'm not gonna do that because we're in rebate time. So, we're gonna continue here in my fellowship read, and we're going to get you some news. So, how do I want to do this? I think I want to pull for all 4 and then just go from there, because it takes really long when I go the other way. And time ain't on my side. No, it ain't. Here. So first we're gonna start with, let's go in the orders of our energy. So we're gonna start with earth. We're gonna do earth, water, fire, air. And we're doing that based on the elements, based on the chakras, and that's where this component is going. So that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna start with the earth, and we're gonna pull, and we're gonna go earth. Earth is on this side, y'all. Earth, water, water, fire, water, fire. Oh, fire and air just came out, making it easy. And then we're gonna do our African Oracle deck. Yes, Alexa, can you play some lo-fi jazz on Apple Music, please?
Lo-fi jazz on Apple Music.
Water now. So we're gonna get into the water now. Let's get that one ready. Fire. interesting that the air energy just felt like, literally felt like a cool breeze. That was dope. Welcome. If you'd like, you can drop something. If we're reading for you too, but right now I'm doing the elements of readings for each of the elements. Now we're on water. Two of these came out, so we're gonna do two of these for each. Two of those just came out again. Welcome, y'all. We tuned in from all social medias, all the channels, all the live. This will be going back on the YouTube page. Yes, Monkey, we got this energy coming, baby. We do. We got to let them know what is up with you. I feel like all of those meant to come out for air, and we're just gonna let y'all be great. Again, this has to do with your rising sign. It's for rising sign. Now we're in the Rose of Bear. Remember who you are deck. Remember who you are. Signs. Water rising signs. Water rising signs make a difference in what we're talking about, and I apologize. We are looking for now fire rising signs. Oh my god. And lastly, oh my god, almost just knocked the fire out, right? We are looking for air rising signs. So this is shout out to this reading. So we have everything we need to go. I'm so excited because now it's about to get real. So we have, for each of the elements, we have the decks that we use for the same collective reading, but now we have them for each of the elements to come in. I'm not breaking it down to get a little snippet for each. It's just, listen, it is what it is and how it goes. Now, with the earth signs, we have expression, we have the clover, we have chaos and conflict, deep knowing, and stay away from anyone that makes you feel anything less than divine. This reading, again, is for earth rising signs, not your earth sun sign, not your earth moon sign, not your earth Venus sign, your earth rising sign. And why I find this important, because come the third quarter, come third quarter, you've had the first half, you've had halftime, the halftime show went on, the performance is done, and now it's time to get to business because we are closer to the end. And in the rising, why I find that the rising is more important than the sun to actualize this reading for, because it's getting to the point that, like, this is who you are. Like, that combo, of course, makes up exactly who you are. Your birth chart is who you are, but there's something about the truth and the realness of your ascendant, of your ascending self, of who and what qualities you activate when you are you in the highest and best version. So I find that to be the perfect portion of your birth chart to be connecting to. I talked in the moon about the moon signs, and I'm like, no, this season change is not about your sun sign, because that has its own season that changes, but this is about your rising, and that takes a little longer to come to light, to show. So I just really what up, Black Mamba? I have a Black Mamba ready to come up at the end of this month on the 24th. Thank you for the alignment and the truth that's coming through. So earth signs, earth rising signs, especially if this is so juxtaposed to other energies in your big three specifically, I invite you to identify and define what it is that earth energy expressed looks like and how you embody that. You just played that with that alliteration right there. How is earth energy expressed and embodied from my earth rising signs? How is earth energy, not being your sun sign, not being who you are, not being that, but how you are just you? What is it that is expressed? 17.5 comes up, and I love that because it has like this color palette, but 175. Those are the numbers that is probably an angel number that has a genuine and valid, what's it called? Hold on, I'm sorry. Let me just get you back on the charger, baby. All right, cool. So, all right. So, continuing in our Earth rising sign reading. So we have our expression. Expression is important. Expression is throat chakra. So, before I was even pulling, and it's something I love to share, humming. You don't have to be able to sing to be able to hum, and to be able to hum a good tune, to be able to hum an intuitive tune, to be able to hum a song that your spirit is singing that you don't know the words, you may not know the language, you may not even know the cadence, you just know a snippet of the melody, and you are bringing that to life. You're breathing life into that. You are creating space. That box breath in the beginning is so important for this moment. Deep knowing. I say hum because if you look at it, he's on the moon. You have your emotions. You have this expression of self of earth energy, but it's not, it's who you are becoming. And how do you become more solidly you? That is the deepest of question, and that is going to come through, that's going to be found through chaos and conflict. And I'm not inviting you to go find this, to seek this out, because respectfully it's here. But there is chaos and conflict. There is a juxtaposition of the height of a giraffe and the isolation that is of their coat, and how that shows like, no, you over there, me over here. And then there is the it being right next to, or unearthing into the unearthing into the zebra. And that's just showing me there's it's never going to be black and white, and you really have to one, can y'all share my live? I don't want nothing but a share, and because I know somebody needs to come up here and hear this. There is such a, I talked about this, a monochromatic experience. Like, baby, it's not like black and white. Like, Michael Jackson was really going through it, but really letting us know it doesn't matter if it's black or white. Like the gray, so much is going on in the gray. Like, so much is going on in the gray that we just really need to have a deep knowing, express ourselves truly, stay away from anyone, anything, any experience that makes you feel anything less than divine. Mach is reminding you, and so am I. If you have anybody that you just feel a whiff of full of shit energy, you need to remove them from your life. Dump them. If you need assistance like an enema, please let it be known. There are people, there are enema spirits in your life that can help get that shit up out of you. Real easy, real mindfully, real demure. Sims position, left side leg up. That's how you get rid of that shit. The clover. You're lucky to have this time, to have these people say the fuck away from you, to know that the answer with the chaos and conflict, honey, guess what season this is right before? Don't let big bag Ben's earth energy rising sign be like, oh yeah, because you probably do the big one when it comes to gifts. Let these people express themselves how they truly feel, and then express themselves and sashay right along with the rest of their day in their life. And they can stay up away from you because they need to. They need to. It's imperative that they do so. And that's for compassion for you. You are what you attract. If you keep that near you, that shit's gonna become you. You're going to express that always. So thank you very much, Spirit, for the divine earth rising message. And now we're going to tune into the water rising messages. The water rising messages is coming from big turn up energy. Maki has got something for y'all to be known. Y'all to be known. Intuition. The Ankh. Come to the edge. Time to go. And focus on what is thriving. So, you scared? Are you nervous? My water rising babes. This season, harvest is real. In harvest, you may not be harvesting fruits of your labor in this season. Fruit trees are coming up for me. And it's more than just wanting apple cider donuts. Fruit trees are coming up for me because fruit trees, the day you plant the seed, that season, at the end of that season that it's growing, bitch, you ain't got no fruit. Guess what? The year after that, you ain't got no fruit. The year after that, you ain't got no fruit. Year after that, you may not have no fruit, but you may have some blossoms. Smoke that shit up, cleanse that tree. Did you know that trees need a smoke cleansing so that the following year that they can fruit and bloom? Smoke that water shit up, bong it, hot water bong that shit. Because you really have to listen to your intuition, or at least listen to intuitive tea, because I'm helping unlock your crown chakra. This is why you're in the clouds, baby. But don't be like, pussyfooting around up there. You can't pussyfoot around on the clouds, honey. You're gonna fall right through. You gotta be light as a feather. And that's really hard because when water energy, because maybe you're a double water sun, water rising, water moon, shout out to you. That's a lot going on. But if you are just in your big three of water rising, there is secretly, you're like big crybaby on the inside, big scary, big scared, sorry, excuse me, and you really have to know that you ain't gonna know. You're not. You gotta know why rack your brain when there's so much things to be doing. I invite you, water rising sign energy, to learn your fucking flow. Focus on what is thriving. I say learn your flow. Time to go. This is a dock. Sitting at the dock of the Bay, Otis Redding. You can watch the tide roll away, or you can roll with that shit. You can come to the edge, and you're, again, light. Water energy can be light. The beauty of water is it flows through all states of matter. Gas, solid, liquid, plasmas. When I say there is an erosive process that this season is asking of you, and is not asking of you in a way like, oh my God, you're not going to be there once it's done. Asking you in a way like, yo, watch me work. You never thought that a chisel came in a stream's flow. That little trickle be cutting through. You hear me? Cutting through. But it takes time. It takes seasons. It takes reasons. It takes intention. It takes knowing. It takes not knowing. It takes trusting that you are blessed, that you are highly favored, that you have it all within you already. You're just getting more into what it is and finding. And in yoga, it's a big practice and a big discussion on finding your edge. Whether that's the edge of your mat, the edge of the pose, the edge of an experience, the edge of an emotion, the edge of what have you. Find it. Come to the edge. Explore the edge. Because, baby, you can't forget that you got wings. You can't. You got it. So, water signs, you hear me. Find your flow that's safe here. is safe here because you are embarking on who you are. You are setting the tone. You've already sieved through these waters. You've already ensured there's no sharks in this space. Okay, it's alright. Be you. Flow, float, shine. Fire rising signs. For this fall, autumn equinox season, I'm so excited for you. I almost wish I was a fire rising sign just for this reading because it's so pretty. It's so, first of all, aesthetically, it just goes. The colors, the vibes, like you saw me shuffle these. I'm not picking them out, so I'm like, oh, these colors match. These cards match. It's not what I'm doing. It's not what I'm doing at all. What I'm doing is shuffling and letting it be known that it's time to pick. And when we go that, I invite you to go through life. And I do this inviting because my human designers like use that word. They like that word. Invite, because then you'll invite me to invite you. And you want to make space. Now, fire energy is quite transformational. Fire, and thinking about this in a rising sign and journeying and navigating, right? This fire from outside of your core being, so outside of your sun sign being in your rising, there is a come on baby light my fire. There's like a everything you got knows I am. There is a smoothness that is fueled differently than, I'm speaking from personal experience of being a sun sign fire and not having much fire signs in my chart. So knowing that, like, whoa, this is big energy here. Like, there's a level of fuel for a true organic sun sign fire that rage fuels different. I feel feels very different than in a rising fire sign. There is a maturity. There is a ability to be contained yet still blaze that comes and is challenged in you as a rising fire sign, that you have to know. And I had the scene of when Katara was crying because Aang burned her when he like first learned fire bending, and then he was adamant on not. Please don't like have that Aang response to experiencing your fire in its rawness, because that like nitro to your engine system is like, you understand. You know, you've experienced maybe snippets of it, and it's like, wow, that's a lot. Well, guess what? Let go of unrealistic expectations. Anything that has to do with fire, baby, is not a lot. We're like, yes, the blaze. That's where we need to be at. That's where you need to tune in at. That's where you need to be to get ahead. Because you do and you can, and I feel like you might do it better, and you do it better than sun sign, fire signs, is guide the fire. There is a guidance that an organically true fire flame solar plexus on a trillion, that there is no container for this. Every when I say the smoldering of the smoke that is a true fire sign stops. And why I say all this to come is that unrealistic expectations of limiting what it is that you think the experiences are to be. Fires in your experience is going to be limitless because there's already conditions, and I don't mean that in a way that like, oh, you need to unlearn these. No, that's not what I'm talking about. There are conditions that I'm talking about, a little conditioner that like just bring a softness to this fire that when yours blazes, it's hearthy, it's warm, it's intentional. And I say that because Thinker card came up, and I believe you got a little more time in thought than most fire signs too. Psychic ability. In that thinking and in letting go on, you have to let go of unrealistic expectations of yourself in that thinking, as well as like what other people have for you. Like, do they even have that for themselves? They need to worry about themselves. The star, this always comes back to the ancestral plane for me from Black Panther. And I say this because we have more than one beast in us, but what comes up for me is how Shuri in Black Panther, the second one, she saw Killmonger and that shit disgusted her. But she learned to hone in and have a level of control over this consuming energy that she decided in thinking and processing to use for the greater good. And we all have to challenge ourselves to that, but specifically you, because you can make big transformations with fire, and it doesn't go back. It doesn't. So it has to be so intentional. It has to be so thought out. It has to be mindful, because there's nothing any less demure than having to apologize about the reaction that the fire energy in you brings up. Be very mindful, be very demure. Compassion. You attract what you are. And lastly, we have for our air signs. Now, I'm going to scream because this one is mine. And I'm gonna pull another set because that one's mine, and I have yet to been gifted like that in a reading, and I'm not doing that. So I'm gonna pull another set for you. So we have finances. This is air sign rising energy. Finances is just root chakra. Air sign rising energy. Air sign rising. I'm gonna have to start doing my own reading before I come up here, because it's gonna continue to read me, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Finances, the mice. Finances, the mice. So, one more, I'm sorry. Air, rising signs, I have to close my eyes with this deck because there's messages on both sides, and it's very stressful because I read from both sides. Okay, so air rising signs had finances come out, which is root chakra. The mice, breathe, to be fair, and love and be loved. There is a reciprocal exchange that is occurring in this season that put your good foot out, put your best foot forward with how it is that you are participating in reciprocity, being fair, breathing. The mice, I want to say this, that there is going to be a level of 2-to-1 loss. So the 2-to-1 loss, and it's gonna happen in the beginning, and it's gonna feel, and it can have the opportunity to feel like it is someone's trying to play in your face, and there's something about slithers of mice. There's something about the ability to squeeze their way in, that you must take this L first and take this lesson as a blessing, because there is, it has to be fair, but it also has to make sense. And for it to make sense, you have to breathe. You have to, and I say breathe like breathe. We are talking about in the clouds, we're talking about air energy, but this is not of your truest self. This is who you are learning. So this is like you're very much out of the mama bird's nest, and you're very much like, this is all you, which is why some of these cards are coming up. The be fair, the finances, loved and be loved. All this is coming up and reminding you that, is reminding you that, one, there's always the next breath. So you really have to like fucking breathe. Don't hold your breath. Don't shut down in this moment. Don't. Hold on one second. Hello? Hi, is this Lucian? All right, baby, I'm on my way. Yeah, I'll come get you about 4, okay? And you're gonna be at the basketball court that's near the school behind the Memorial Park? Okay, cool, sounds fun. All right, have a good time. I'll see you at 4 o'clock. Please don't be anywhere but there. All right, bye. Cool. So, good, I don't have to rush. So maybe I will share my reading with you, because that's special, but I'm getting off of Instagram because, no, I will share it on Ego, and I will record it and I will put it up later. But yes, so there's some vermin around you that are not being fair when it comes to you, that the reciprocity is not there, that 2-to-1, and I am inviting you to breathe through it. Breathe through it, because I'm speaking from like, you want air to fuel your fire, and that's what would come from me, and that's where it's like energetically of the when it's the hairspray and the lighter flame. Yes, you don't need that, and that's why I'm saying like breathe, and those breaths might be the first breaths that you tune into, but please breathe. Please remember, like, stop, take a minute, don't rage out. Let me go back into this one too. So that's like the dark side, I would say, of the air rising sign. At first, I didn't want to share it because I felt so red, but now I'm okay with like, you can share it, because I'm like, that feels right, but not fully, and I just have to go back and share the original one as well. So the air rising signs, extra cards came out. 4 of 1 oracle came out, and I just want to start with this one. We are terrified of the best parts of ourselves. And I want to invite you to think about this, my air rising sign honeys, to realize and know that you may have had to be a warrior for so long that you yourself may have even forgotten of what it is to be a scholar, to be soft, to be safe. And I don't mean like one where you demanded the safety, where stand post in the safety. I mean that you have peace. And I had mentioned this earlier recently about how there's a difference of sleep requirements. Like when your soul is tired, sleep like the 8 hours a day REM sleep isn't what you're seeking, isn't what you need, but it's helpful. When your soul, your spirit is tired, there's a level of peace that no amount of REM sleep can provide. There is, and that's why I feel like this bridge of Eastern and Western med really is light is shined in on it, because it's like insomnia, not rested mind, one that isn't safe within thoughts, and not saying that like, oh my God, check yourself in, but just like the need for rest, the need for peace, the need for support is so true. And I challenge you to continue to identify what it is and how exactly that you need it, because if you're anything like me, or if you're not, like, it's still a great quality to have, to like be able to define and really articulate on how you want support and how you want help. Like, birth plan your life. This is how I want support. This is how I need support. This is who I would like to support from. This is who I need to go out and find services to support me. And when you do that, when you tune into that, it gets easier with the no thank yous. It gets easier with the no thank you bites. Like, I don't even have to take a bite of that. I'm not going to take a bite of that, because I don't have a taste for that. And there's nothing that's like rah about that reality, that's just truthful. And take time to find it and to know yourself. Take time to explore past where to explore. And I say this because it's so crucial. Thank you. Oh my God, I'd rather you just share my live though, because I don't want to take your stuff, and I'm gonna pay it back. I'm gonna come watch you do your your arts for Friday the 13th. I'm so excited for you. And to explore. So we are terrified of the best parts of ourselves. There's a fist here with its hand closed. I invite you in all things in life to spread ego, and that's right, your wings, air. So the reason why I just love this reading on a personal level, because it is divinely aligned. The autumn equinox will be followed right by sexual energy. No, neither of us are 5'2". The rider, co-create, no place like home, flexible and loyal heart. I know my spirit, my time is coming up in the place that I'm in, and I love that for me. It's definitely one, like the flexibility is called. No place like home is an internal level. It's giving up energy. And the whole point of up was that man was, there's no place like home, because home was the love that he shared with his wife. And the challenge to go seeking to the ends of the earth for that when you have had it. I think everyone would do it again. I mean, I would love to ask that fictional character through every single phase and through every point in their story that they did. My favorite, that's probably one of my favorite love stories depicted, and there's no fucking words. If you watch the beginning of Up, like the first 9 minutes is just like Alexa, play the music from Up. Alexa, stop. I challenge you to go find and watch the beginning part. I'll pull it up on YouTube later so we can see. There was so much said, so much depicted, so much shown to us, told to us. Not a word was said. Let me tune into that energy of air rising signs. Breathe no fucking air into these situations. Let them fucking die of air deprivation, because no. This time, this harvest season, this preparation of calming down from the warrior in you to the safe celebration that is the holidays. You are worthy of it. You are worthy of the safety. You are worthy of the peace. You are worthy and are destined to have that so individually. In this season, you'll start to see it. This season, you'll have moments, if you remain flexible, if you stay in a lane of creation and not of rigidity, you remain flexible. You have to create new space, new poses in your flexibility. That's what flexibility comes from. And there's also a breath that needs to come in with that. There's also a to be fair, to imbalance, to have experienced, to love and be loved. Ooh, that kind of ate. All right. It's giving your autumn equinox energy elemental reading. I'm feeling really good about that. I hope you are too. I'm gonna, of course, upload this to my YouTube so you can see it too. And you know we're gonna launch this later on Bigo, guys, together. We will. Ashe, Ashe, have a great day.